Boys and girls, Wuthering Waves video. Some big ass news coming down the pipe. Announcement of Wuthering Waves 1.0 version of future adjustment direction. So we got a lot of things to talk about. This is big. Now you guys all know that ZZZ is coming from Hoyoverse, obviously, right? So we have another game to put onto the profile that's going to be covered on this channel as well too. But Wuthering Waves is trying to combat pretty much everything that's going on. SLA is doing the same thing. So I feel like everyone's just kind of trying to keep up with one another's hype, and this is big. So dear Rovers, greetings. We are the Wuthering Waves dev team. Since the official launch of Wuthering Waves, we received a lot of valuable feedback and suggestions through social media and in-game surveys. Shout out to you guys for doing those surveys. It is a big deal, and clearly people are listening. We are genuinely grateful for your attention and support. We apologize for the deficiencies and issues presented in Wuthering Waves, our first fully independently developed and globally published game at Kuro Games. So first off, I don't know how many times I can apologize. You guys have done a lot already, so I'm more than happy for more compensation. So let's see what they're doing here. We have been working on optimization and iteration for the Kuro 1.0 version and development of subsequent versions following the update, right? So Echo development feels grindy and inadequate energy materials. They're 1000% correct on that one, okay? We are aware of the common concern in the community that current Echo leveling experience feels too grindy and the game lacks a wayplay storage system. We have confirmed and will implement the following adjustments while we're working internally on a solution to address the more common concerns. In the current version, we launch a limited time Echo material double yield event called Cord Cleansing. So great, because this is definitely something we need. In version 1.1, we'll adjust the progression system to reduce the shell credit cost of Echo development. Amazing. In version 1.1, we'll remove the reward cutscene of the tacit field. That's not a big deal for me personally. I mean, it is what it is. That's a small one. From version 1.1 and forward, the yield of Echo and Echo development materials will be increased. That's the big one right there. In incoming updates, we'll introduce the wayplay storage system. I think that's an important one, of course, because people will not be playing all day long and need to actually have a way to store more wave plates without losing it, right? So that's a big one there. Regarding our handling of the reward system error when recycling developed Echoes, on May 29th, we were notified of an issue with the Echo recycling system where the amount of shell credit players obtained when recycling developed Echoes was wrong. Since this is an issue that directly impacts the game's balance, we fixed this problem through an emergency live update on the same night and issued compensation to all players, which we all got, by the way, so which is great. As part of the measure to minimize the impact of fairness within the player community, we informed the players of the situation and announced that we would remove all additional shell credits obtained unexpectedly as a result of this bug within 14 business days and issue compensation accordingly. However, due to the urgency of this issue, we failed to issue an announcement of the issue in the first instance, which regrettably caused negative experience for our players. We sincerely apologize. So here's what they did. They gave us 1 million shell credits. Pretty crazy, by the way. All right, so a couple other things to note here. Distribution time will be on June the 10th by 23:59, and then eligibility characters created in the mailbox before May 30th, okay? So keep that in mind. So, a couple other things to note. Additionally, to address the poor experience with the ecosystem, we'll compensate all rovers crystal solvents times 20, which is insane, by the way. One of those are 60 wave plates. That's a wild amount of crystal solvents. So very, very happy about that. So that'll be done on June 3rd. Okay, that'll be coming up in 2 days. On the error in 5-star weapon description has been discovered by our players. The description of the 5-star weapon Verdant Summit in the game in certain language contains mistranslations. Upon discovering the issues, we promptly corrected the description and issued compensation to all rovers. We have also initiated comprehensive internal review of the localized version of the in-game text across all languages that we support, which is amazing. That needs to be done, honestly. Any corrections or improvements made during the process will be included in the upcoming updates. In the meantime, we'll offer a one-time compensation of 4 tides times 5 to all rovers for the localized issue. That's a big one. This you actually have to spend currency to get, by the way, and that's top currency. So that's great to have. That'll be coming June 3rd at 10 a.m. as well, too. Or sorry, 10 p.m. Is it 10 p.m. or 10 a.m.? I can't tell. That'll also be done. Anyone is valid until the 28th, so make sure you do get that, and it'll be in the mail function. On version events. Okay, so we'll introduce a new limited time event, Wuthering Exploration, to offer new rewards and content to improve your gaming experience. So this is going to go on from June 13th to the 27th server time. It'll allow you to get 800 astrites, morphable elite class Echoes, Echoes 2, premium toner, and premium cell tube. So moving forward, we'll ensure we make greater collective endeavors internally in designing the version event to improve the event content, quality, and rewards. I'll be honest with you guys. The lack of pulls in this game is real. Like, they don't give you enough currency to pull at all, like whatsoever. So that, I do agree, needs to definitely change, and that's a big one that I hope they do continue updating in the future. Okay, so official version update timeline. Since the official launch of Wuthering Waves, we received extensive feedback regarding the game's storyline, localization, and various other aspects. We've been listening closely and are grateful to continued enthusiasm and support. So here you guys can see here, they're also going to be, so we have decided to advance the release of subsequent content version 1.0 starting June 6th. This will include the company story, companion story Solitary Path for Resident Evil Yinlin. Oh my gosh, he's dropping so damn early, guys. For Yinlin, the limited event Aloy Smith, along with many other spin-off events. WUTHERING's version 1.0 will last until June 28th, after which we will schedule a server maintenance and implement the update Wuthering Waves 1.1. And if you don't know this, July 4th is when ZZZ drops. Yeah, they're doing it purposely to compete, I'm pretty sure, which will include new area Mount Firmament, new Resonators Jinsei and Changjing, and the new boss Jui. So to compensate for any inconvenience caused by the version timing difference, they're going to give us 10 Radiant Tides that can go towards Yinlin or Jian if you want. So up to you on that one, and that will be available to us June 3rd as well too. So a couple combat differences here. We have heard feedback about combat issues, auto aiming, auto lock on camera performance in battles. I agree with this one. This has been a problem, especially for PC. It's an issue for me. We've optimized default values and ranges for combat camera settings. Bosses exist in combat state unexpectedly. In recent updates, we have optimized the aggro ranges for certain bosses, including Thundering Mephis, Crownless, and Lamplumen Myriad, and Impertinence Heron. And adjusted the prerequisite for enemies to leave the combat, which is great because they've bugged on me so many times. In certain updates, we'll also introduce a disengagement warning feature, which is great because you don't know what the limit is until someone disengages, right? Ghost touch issues on mobile. In recent updates, we've expanded the anti-ghost touch issues, which is like essentially something playing for you when you're not touching anything. We will introduce a new player tutorial for using custom key bindings, which is great. So future versions also include optimization for mobile control. So that's great. They need that. Mobile needs some help. It really does. All right, delayed availability of custom key binding. We talked about this a little bit there. Control mode experience optimization. We'll revamp the controller shortcut on open chat to open map. This needs to happen. I hate going into the menu all the time for this one. Future versions of control support will happen as well. Poor game field design and impact significations. In future versions, we will constantly improve event significations and game field design for characters and monsters, enhancing the overall combat experience and positive feedback during battles. In other content, no purchase limits for store items like flour, leading to accidental purchases, audio and sound effect bugs. I've actually faced those. Performance issues and crashes, never had that issue, luckily. Depths of elusive realm, event and optimization. This one needs it, man. This needs it. So there you guys go. Massive updates, guys. So many big things coming. More importantly, Yinlin is on her way. We got ourselves 10 free credits, I guess, or summons to go for her, and that's going to be a big one. Plus, a lot more to come. So shout out to Kuro Games for making such massive changes to the overhaul of number 1.0, and then eventually going into 1.1. And remember, there is another game coming down the pipe, which is going to be very competitive to this and SLA, and that's going to be ZZZ. And that one I think is going to be probably more popular, I'd say, than even this. And that's hard to believe because I think they have more pre-registrations for that game than Wuthering Waves had for theirs. So there you guys go. This is Payne. Thank you for watching. Amazing news. We'll see you guys in the next one.